From your perspective, how can EuroGEO boost ties between universities and industry to maximize research impact?
EuroGEO, by supporting some initiatives like Copernicus, gives us, the students, free access to data, which is really useful, and we can start our own projects or getting inspired by existing ones. So it's great to have a possibility to work with free data sets.
Looking ahead, how can EuroGEO help students and young researchers turn their innovations into real-world solutions?
So from my perspective, EuroGEO can organize workshops and training sessions for students. Young researchers can learn how their work can be used in the industries, and they can learn how to create solutions to meet the needs of end users, making their research more useful.
How can EuroGEO better engage and inspire young people?
There is a need to have some training activity, master or different level of training for not only the Earth, but also for the teacher, in order to include the Earth observation tools in their daily work, and also in the way they are training the students in different levels of the activity. I think in EuroGEO, what we need to work on is really this support to the research and to go toward innovation. So this means a kind of Marie Curie project or a training with a specific master in order to train the people and to make them understand the benefit of Earth observation for the different thematic areas.
What does being a researcher mean? And what advice would you give aspiring researchers?
My message is those that young people that love to do research in different domains of Earth observation, like ocean, atmospheric pollution, land degradation, biodiversity loss. As we know, the European Union is leading the process of developing international policy, international treaty for the big global crises like chemical pollution, biodiversity loss, and climate change or climate change-driven processes. So my suggestion is to young people, to research is one of the most beautiful jobs, but don't forget that you use public money for your career, for your research project. At a certain point in time during your career, you will face the need to give back what you receive. So the way to give back to the society what you received from the society through public funding is really to develop tools, knowledge that help to improve lives and quality of life for all those people that have no access to knowledge, for example.
What message would you share with young people about shaping the future?
I think youth has been an area of focus for a while, and I think with good reason. We associate usually all subjects to do with sustainability of the planet, sustainability of our lifestyle, of how we can be kinder to the earth and live within the limits of the planet. But we need now to also help the young people to associate themselves with the science of this, with the knowledge of this, with the products of this, with the services that are actually being offered. And this is where I believe that young people will continue not only to be vociferous about saving the planet, as they put it, or as we have to put it even more, and make it more sustainable, align our lifestyle with that of the planet, but even more actually make a career out of it. Start from a very young age to think about, what goes on out there in Earth observation and what this actually translates in knowing more about our crops, in knowing more about our mobility, in knowing more about our cities, where we live, in knowing more about heating systems, in knowing more about how our Earth functions, and maybe how we could align very easily even more ways of how even to run our business in a sustainable way. Being vociferous about climate change, about sustainability, and having all kinds of activities and activisms is fine, but I think getting closer to what actually helps us to be in practice. A big part of it is earth observation technologies, earth observation science, I think is really a very practical way of how you can directly contribute. And I think young people would do well to be aware and conscious of this as a career choice from the earlier stages of their lives.